Hello and welcome to today's presentation. Today we will be looking at how to very quickly use Project Confidence. In Microsoft Project 2010 and Microsoft Project 2013, Project Confidence appears under the Add-in ribbon. Select Add-in and there you have Project Confidence, and you can click on that to get the three standard options. In Microsoft Project 2007, Project Confidence has its own menu item on the menu bar. So you just look to the menu bar, select Project Confidence and click on that and you have the same three options. All other functionality is identical. Before you can use Microsoft Project with Project Confidence, you need to open a plan. So we're going to open a very simple project plan that we prepared earlier. Here it is, just 15 tasks, nice and simple, and we're ready to go. So open up Project Confidence, run simulation. I just drag the screen to the center. So this dialog is what you use to set up your simulations, and there are 5 parameters you need to configure. The first parameter is to select the required distribution. Distributions describe the likely outcome of any given task. We will have a separate presentation on selecting and understanding distributions. So for today we're just going to go with a normal distribution. We'll just select normal. The next parameter is what we call the left tail, or the likely best case. How likely is the best possible outcome? So the best possible outcome is that the project tasks come in 10% early, in which case they take up 90% of their normal duration. So we just move that slider to select 90. And let's assume they can come in up to 30% late, so this time we'll actually drag the slider rather than click it. And you can see the numbers changing here. And then finally you select the number of iterations. You can select any value between 500 and 100,000 iterations. The lower the value, the quicker the simulation takes place. However, generally, the more iterations, the more accurate the result. This is true to a point. Experience shows that typically the range of 10 to 30,000 iterations is sufficient for most project plans. However, if you feel the need to use a higher number, you can go up to 100,000 iterations with Project Confidence. Today we're going to select just 2,000. That will give us a fairly quick run. You can see it's estimating a 1-minute run time. And finally you say which task do you want detailed reporting on. The end task. So we're going to pick the last task in the plan, which for this demonstration is the end task for the plan. That's it. 5 parameters decided upon, and we're ready to go. Just click on Run Simulation, and now the simulation has begun, and you can see the cursor is moving, and that just indicates that the computer is working, and it will take us just about 1 minute for that to run. Okay, to save time we've cut out that runtime, and here we are back, and you now have this display. So this display here is the reporting dialog, and it shows 3 reports. So the first is a graphical representation of likely outcome dates, and you can see that these dates are shown along the bottom, and the probability of those dates is shown along the side. So if you wanted to know, for example, what date is 80% likely that the project will complete on, you would select 80 here on the side, move along until you intersect the bar, and then drop down. That would tell you that there's an 80% probability that end date will happen on the 6th of March. Now, you might go along and see a different probability, 90%, in which case you'd move across, and so on. Now, it becomes difficult sometimes to read off the exact value, and you may want to know precisely what the value is. If that's the case, you can go to Probability Report. The Probability Report gives you essentially the same information, but it gives it for one line for every probability of the date being hit. We scroll down towards the end to get to some of the larger numbers, and you read off, for example, 80% confidence, the 6th to the 3rd. Now you'll notice it shows a time. The times are really irrelevant unless your project plan works in hours and minutes. You should really just go with the date unless, let's say, you have a project plan that works in hours and minutes. But you can pick off any value from 1% to 99%, and then from 99% up to 99.9% in 1/10 of 1% increments. So this gives you, that basically tells you how likely it is the project will finish on a given date. So just to pick some of those values again, 80% chance to be finished by the 6th of March, 90% chance the following day. We're going to get to a very high level of confidence, 99% chance of the 10th, and actually 99.9% chance of the 10th as well in this example. You also have the criticality report. The criticality report shows you how often each task will appear on the critical path for each of the possible outcomes, for each of those runs of the simulations. So you'll see reported the number of the task, the name of the task, and how many times out of the total iterations it appeared, and what that percentage is. The good news is that this is also recorded into the project plan's number 20 data field. So data field number 20, which means you can, within your own project plans, filter, report, sort, do everything else you want really with that data. It's recorded into the project plan for you. Finally, just to have a look, you can to copy the probability and the criticality reports. So you can just copy it into the clipboard and paste it wherever you need it. You can also save the probability graph and the two reports, so that you include them in reporting in MI. And finally, you can send them to a printer and print them. And this works the exact same as any other. So you just select your printer, press print, and you get a printout. That's everything for today. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoy using Project Confidence, and check back soon where we'll have more videos for you to have a look at. Thank you.